Okay, here we have a BMW X5. This is a 3-litre diesel. The vehicle's come into the garage with a stiff steering throughout. What we've done is, as you can see, we've disconnected the actual steering from the actual hub itself. A lot of people were saying it was a steering pump, it was a steering rack. We weren't convinced. As you can see, there has been damage to the near side, indicating that possibly there was damage to the front suspension. So what we're going to do here is actually just check the actual front suspension to make sure there's no tight ball joints, which is what we were suggested there could be a problem with, either the ball joints or the ball joints down on the bottom, or even the top strut mount at the top being tight. Checking both sides, having the rack disconnected, which allow you to move the hub nice and free. Obviously be careful not to touch the disc, and what I do is just turn it round from left and right, and you can actually see everything turns nice and freely. There's no free play, there's no tightness anywhere, indicating there's a play in any of the joints. We've done both sides and come to the conclusion that it had to be either a mechanical problem with the actual steering rack itself, or possibly the actual steering pump. Further investigations, we've had the rack ends off, and we screwed them off onto the rack, and as you can see, it's back together again because there's absolutely nothing wrong with the actual steering rack itself. Common problems on these is people tend to sort of not realize where the problem lies. Coming under the vehicle, as you can see, I've stripped off all the under trays. Up underneath the vehicle, as you can see, I've disconnected the lower steering UJ, going from the column up there down to the actual steering rack itself. This rack looks like it's been replaced fairly recently, so I doubt very much whether the problem's going to be lying here. Taking it off, this is the culprit here. And as you can see, literally, if I put this down here somewhere, trying somewhere to rest it, you can actually see there's tightness in the actual UJ joint itself. I'm going to put my knee on this one so we can actually see, and this one goes tight, top and bottom, and left and right. As you can see, it turns freely and it's notchy, and this is obviously a classic symptom as to why the steering goes tight. So before you check anything else, this is the bit we're going to replace. Now here in the UK, these things are from a main agent only, and the price for these is normally about £155 plus the dreaded VAT, and you're looking at a couple of hours work to replace this item here. So before you go replacing the steering column, the steering pump and rack, I would suggest take the UJ off, and you'll find this will cure your problem. Thanks very much. Bye.